Alright, I'm TK 1636, or in my other costume, I'm TI 1636. So this one is the TIE Pilot. And this is a couple different pieces. So this isn't all like the Stormtrooper where you buy everything in one place and you're done, or mostly everything. The helmet is from a different maker, and the armor, the boots, the flight suit, the gloves, the belt are all from different makers. But this one, hands down, out of all the different TIE Pilot armors I've had, this is the best one. It's pretty much already complete when you get it. It's got switches down here where it'll turn a fan on or it'll turn the lights on. And the lights actually go different colors. So everything is already set up. All the pinstriping, all these little boxes, the rockers panels, the LEDs, the little knob that you can't turn it, but it looks like if it was real, you could turn it.
Can you turn it on?
And then also your sprockets on the side, and then it already has the holes in the side where the hoses go in, and there's actually magnets in there, and there's also a fan in there. I just need to put new batteries in there. And he does all the electrical, so if you can see there, the lights actually turn on. He also makes the comm pad that lights up. I just don't have that one. And they switch to different colors, these ones. And then there's also fans on the side, on both sides, that'll blow fresh air for you. He had a little rubber strip here. I didn't like it, so I took it off and then I sanded it down so where it just has the return edge. Same thing on the bottom. And then he has little washers and little nuts here, wing nuts, and that's how you take off the actual chest box if you were to take it off. And then here's his actual little name thing. Then he already glued on some elastic, or some Velcro, I'm sorry. And then here you can see the washer, and there's a Chicago screw behind it. So if you can see right here, you can see how the Chicago screw is, so it can kind of go up and down. And basically that holds it in. Every once in a while you just have to tighten it, just to make sure it doesn't come undone. He also makes the rectangles here, or these little pieces. And then he makes the rubber straps. These are very, very tough. So these are, I need to put some stuff on it to make them shinier, but I like these. And then the chest box, or the back plate. So when you first get it, the chest already has the two holes in it, the back doesn't. So you can adjust it to whatever length or width that you are. So you make your own holes in the back part. Right here, you make your own holes so that you can mount it. And then again, he already has these glued in, and the front ones just go through, loop through, and come back around. So that's the chest box. Then you got the belt. I had a friend in Garrison that made me the belt, and you just basically have a hole, and it goes into the hole. And the little knob here, when you put it on, it just keeps it from coming out, and then that's in there. This just loops around, and then it's stuck on there with the Chicago screw. And then the belt has two lines that are cut into it, like engraved in it, so it goes all the way from one to the top to the bottom. And then also the gloves, the flight gloves, and then the balaclava. You have to have one of these because of the helmet in the back. It shows a lot of your neck, so the person behind you will see your neck and see the hair on the back of your neck. So you need to have one of those. And then this one is a Wampa wear. If you look right here, Wampa. Just go to wampaware.com It's very hard. I want to say this one is a large. Sometimes they're not in stock, but these are one of the better ones to get. And they have the little point at the back. They also have, for the different tiers, there's just like Stormtroopers, there's different tiers in the TIE pilots. You can have a sew-on patch, or you can have the press-on. The press-on one is for a different tier, for level 3. So I have the press-on ones. And I have one of my little rank bars. And I have just a generic. I'll probably end up getting a Wampa one. So this one doesn't light up. And it's just a compact. It sits in here, in the wrist. So same thing with the other side. Has the press-on. Has a pocket here, pocket here, pocket here, and one for the pants. Now the boots, this is good for level 3 because it has a strap. Basically, it's just like a World War II officer boot, or a Russian or a German World War II boot. Not very comfortable. They're very hard to take off. Kind of hard to put on. One side, I don't know if my foot is wider or not, but one side's harder to put on. But once I get them on, other than it doesn't have I don't have enough room in there to put a sole in there, so they're not very comfortable. TK boots are a lot more comfortable, but these are for level 3.
And what's the brand on those?
I got this gifted to me by one of my friends in the DSG, so looking at it doesn't really have anything in there, so it's just some old World War II boot. I have no idea what the brand is. It's kind of old. I don't even know if these might even not be the proper soles to them. So I have no idea who makes these boots. They're very hard to find, and a lot of people just get the Russian ones. They're not quite up to par. You have to kind of trim a little bit of stuff off, but these are as close as you can get to the level 3. Here's the helmet. Another guy in the Tucson area, his name's Brian. He makes the helmet. This is cut down just a tiny bit because I'm not a big guy. I don't have a big head. This actually still is very big for my head, but it's just a resin, just a slosh bucket or whatever you want to call it. You just throw the resin in there and you just move it around, and it makes a mold. So it's one piece. I actually like this a little bit better than the plastic ones because you can't see through right here, and the plastic ones you can. And then you paint it up so you can make it as shiny as you want, and you can paint in all the details, or the decals, just like you would on a regular Stormtrooper. And then I just got these stickers for the Imperial cogs. And then right here, these are actually aluminum. So the same person that made the belt, he actually gave me an extra one. And I have to redo these. These should be at the top. But these, they have notches in them. So I actually put them on wrong. I just haven't popped them off and put them on the very top like it's supposed to be. And then I kind of, because it's very brittle, I just put a piece of rubber around the edge just to protect the plastic from breaking, the resin from breaking off. And then I have a little pill box. Some people use a compad here. I think the compad looks a lot better, but I have just a regular pill box. And then I also have, I want to say they're Nissan, but they're the part when you secure your door panel to your door, the little clips, that's what these are. These are just generic resin ones, but I actually do have the proper ones. It's just that I'd have to pop these off, possibly repaint in there, and then I might have to repaint the clips and glue them on. So instead of tearing this helmet up, I just left these generic resin ones on. So this is pretty much a TIE pilot. This is one of the easier ones. It could get expensive. The armor is probably the most expensive part of the kit. Okay, so the most expensive part of this kit is going to be the chest and the back in the box. And then the helmet will be the second most expensive part. But the good thing about the Tard one, it gives you the hoses, it gives you the back, the chest, the box, and the electronics. And then you can also get the compact from them. This other stuff Wampa wear, like $100 and something. These boots are going to be a little bit harder to find. You can find them on eBay. Same thing with the gloves. The belt, if you have somebody local that does them, that's what I got. But you can get those too. So there's a forum on the 501st. They have their own detachment. It's called the Jolly Roger. And all it talks about is TIE Pilot stuff. Reserve, which is just with the flight suit and the belt and the gloves and then the hat. I don't have a hat. And the boots. That's reserve. Actual TIE Pilot is with the helmet and with the chest armor. And they also have in Arizona, just like we had the fire team, the Desert Storm patches and whatnot, they also have it for the TIE Pilot. So we have the Nubles flight for the Arizona. So this is the Arizona one. So this is an easier kit to put together, especially since the chest and back are pretty much done compared to doing a Stormtrooper or doing a Scout Trooper. This is one of the easier ones, and price-wise, I think it would be a little bit cheaper than a Stormtrooper. And also, you can sit down, you can kneel, and if you go reserve, you don't have to wear the helmet. So if you don't like wearing helmets, or let me show you just without the armor on and everything, how big the helmet is. A lot of people don't like wearing the TIE Pilot because the helmets are huge. And this is why it's easier if you just go reserve. So you can see how much bigger, it's almost as wide as my shoulders. And then the normal one is actually taller and just a tiny bit wider. I just happened to find the guy that made the helmet this smaller, because I wouldn't never have made this kit because I'm shorter and not quite so big for the helmet. But since he made a smaller one, I decided to make the whole kit. And I've gradually over time, I've changed out parts. This is my old flight suit. It has the old sew-on, has a compad, and then the old belt, which has way too many notches in it. You're only supposed to have at the most one notch. I don't have any notches, I just have the one. But you can have two, one that snaps it in and then a second one to the left of it, or to the right of it. So this is a very easy kit to do and very mobile compared to the Stormtrooper. Alright, thank you for watching. So like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Thank you. There's a forum on the 501st. It's called the Jolly Rancher. Jolly Roger.
All right. Okay, that'll be a blooper. All right, go ahead.